We're dancing, we're waiting for the Facebook delay. Hi, everybody. Come on in. Welcome. We're just having some fun.
I'm still dancing over here.
That's right. We're having some fun. So go ahead and give us a like or a comment if you're watching the video live. Hello. Okay, so we are here to celebrate this book becoming an international best-selling book. So this is The Empath Effects, Powerful Stories of Love, Courage, and Transformation by me, Alicia McBride, but also by 22 total authors. There are 22 authors in here, and I'm super excited to share this with everybody. This is Jen Schmitt. She is here to talk about her article with you. Let me find her bio. So Jen Schmitt is an intuitive spiritual life coach, a Reiki master teacher who is dedicated to helping highly sensitives and empaths embrace and nurture their gifts so they may light their souls on fire.
Yes.
And live their best lives.
Light it up.
You can find her at jenschmidtcoaching.com. Awesome. So I love your energy. Oh my gosh.
Right back at you, sister.
Great. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a fun time.
Our conversations always are.
I know. Holy cow. Okay. I love talking to you. All right. So Jen's article is entitled Energetic Strength. And Jen.
Yes, ma'am.
The first line of your article is energy is my first language. And let me tell you, I read that and I was like, you got me. Yes, me. Hi. Yes, that's me.
Yeah.
You described my problem. Like, holy cow. So the greatest challenge in my life has been figuring out how to translate my feelings and my emotions into something that I can communicate with other people. Yeah. Oh my God. Because energy is a beautiful language. But and we definitely communicate with energy, but that's not how you communicate with regular people.
Well, we do, but they don't.
No, we have to figure it out.
Yes. And the best way, and so trying to explain this to someone who's not an empath or not a highly sensitive.
A muggle, if you're a fan of Harry Potter.
Yes, a muggle. I love it. This has always been like a sticking point for us empaths, for us sensitive people, because we don't, like, we get ourselves and we get others and we get everyone else, but they don't get us.
Why?
And so I know, because we feel things. So like energy's everywhere, all around us. Everything is comprised of energy. That's just science. The best way that I know to describe this to the muggles, I'm so using that phrase from now on, is imagine yourself at a rock concert and you are feeling the music. You are literally feeling the percussion of the drums. You are literally feeling the guitar go through you. Or if you're out at an airfield at an air show and you feel the jet take off, you feel that energy. And all that is sound waves coming in. Imagine that, only you feel other people's emotions coming in that way. That is the best way that I can describe it to someone who doesn't receive emotional energy like that. And it hits our auras first. And then it just kind of gets all absorbed into us. And it's, I've been like this my whole life, so I don't know any different. So for me, it's different to try to wrap my head around people that don't experience this. Because I'm going, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't feel this? Like, how can you not feel this? You walk into a room after an argument or something heavy has taken, like, how do you not feel the energy in here? Yeah, but there are people that actually don't, and it just blows my mind because I always thought this was something that everyone did for the longest time.
Most people don't. So
Yeah.
statistically, they say that like 1 to 3% of the population are empaths and 5 to 7% are sensitive, like highly sensitive people. I actually think those numbers are skewed.
They're higher, I believe.
Yeah, I'm taking this on. Like, let's find all of the empaths. Like in the movie when he puts the the thing on his head and he finds all the people. Anyway, so I want to do that. I want to find all the empaths because they don't know. They don't know
No, and
that
I
they're
think
doing
that's
this.
part of the problem, is that there's not a lot of people that know what they even are. But two, especially these last couple of years with the pandemic and everything that's taking place, people are waking up at a much faster rate. People are feeling things and experiencing things that they didn't even know that they could feel or experience before. And so I think there is a lot of gray area there. I actually think it's closer to like the 15% that are empath, and maybe like the 25, even to 30% that are considered sensitive, because
Yeah,
those are different.
they are. They are. And that leaves, I mean, that still leaves the majority of the people who have no idea what we're talking about, who are
Well,
like, that's not a real thing.
mhm.
I'm like, listen, Karen.
I can assure you it is. Yeah, there's nobody that's going to tell me that what I experience on a daily basis that I've experienced my entire life isn't real.
Yeah, with
Oh,
with a whole host of other people who experience the same things. So one of the themes in this book is you're not alone. Like, so I oh my gosh, tangent. I read
go for it.
I read the Amazon reviews for the empath.
Yes.
Holy cow! So first of all, people are comparing this book to Chicken Soup for the Soul, which I am honored. I
That's
am
amazing. I mean,
honored to be in that category. Holy moly. So oh my gosh, that just warms my heart. Anyway, but the other thing that people were saying like consistently was that they were realizing that they're not alone.
right.
And that, like, I have a beginner empath group on Facebook, and that is one of my main goals for the group, is that to understand that you are not alone. Like, this is a thing, this is real, what you're experiencing is real, what you're feeling is real. um like, the energy is real, it is legitimate. This is not it, it's not something that we're making up.
Learn to trust it. And that's what I want people to understand, is learn to trust what they're feeling, and those like intuitive downloads that they get, and those learn to trust what you're feeling and not what everyone else is telling you what you should or shouldn't be feeling. That's the biggest thing.
That is a great piece of advice. Learn to trust what you're feeling.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm super excited. I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but,
Well, you know what I found really just in reading the book, and I've been around other empaths. I mean, we're friends, and we've got, I've been around other empaths. I've got other empath friends. There are some very congruent things that take place, even though all of us have our own story.
Mhm.
Like, we all tend to be in very healing roles or of service to
Mhm.
other people. Like, this is a huge thing for us. This is why you find a lot of people that are sensitive, a lot of empaths that are nurses, that are healers. Like, I think, I don't know. I want to know the percentage of us that are Reiki masters. Like, I want to know
Oh.
that actually do energy healing work, not even necessarily Reiki, but just energy healing in general. Like, I know you do rune readings and things like that. So, I mean, there's so much around energy that we dive into, and so much around just emotions and like helping people. And that's like, we're helpers. Like, this is our biggest thing. And I don't know, like, it's going to be interesting too. And you may know this information more than I do, but like studying like the Enneagram and studying like the Myers-Briggs personality type, because
INFJ. I have
yes,
never met an INFJ who was not an empath. So not all empaths are INFJs, but
no,
geez, you can't be an INFJ and not an empath.
I'm an ENFJ.
There
And
you
that's
go.
what's so weird too, because usually empaths aren't extroverted people. And so there's a whole lot of people right now that have no freaking idea what we're even talking about. If you are unfamiliar with the Myers-Briggs personality types, there's 16 personality types. Please do yourself a favor and go take that test after this live. Go take that test and learn a lot about your personality type, because that is going to actually kind of help. And you're right, INFJs, I don't know what it is about, but like I said, I'm an ENFJ. So I'm one of the few extroverted. I like to say I'm an introverted extrovert,
Yes.
because I do love being around people, but I also need my space. I
Which
also
is
need
the
my
empath
peace.
part of you.
Yes. And I know when it's time to pull away and to give myself and honor that boundary for myself, because that is definitely something that a lot of people that don't even know that they're empathic or that they are even highly sensitive do, is set proper boundaries for themselves, because they don't know that that's what they're supposed to. They don't understand, because they want to be in such service and of help to other people, and they just overgive and overgive and overgive, and they are, and I even think I said this in my own article, like, we're our own afterthought.
Yeah. We come last. Like,
We come last.
and
Yes.
like not only last, it's like under the doormat, like the squishy part that's never been cleaned. Like that's
That's
terrible.
the part that sticks,
Yeah.
whenever you try.
Yeah.
That's gross, but that's honestly what we feel like, though, a lot of times, especially whenever we've been through a lot of really heavy stuff and we've dealt with a lot of adversity and a lot of things in our lives, as empaths do. Empaths tend to house a lot of trauma,
Mhm.
go through a lot of PTSD, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of depression. Like, we are poster children for all of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you've ever experienced anxiety, depression, chronic fatigue, constant overwhelm, exhaustion, you should probably take my empath quiz.
Yes.
I'll put that link in the description too. Are you an empath? Probably. Probably.
Sounds like me. Yep.
Have you taken on the energy of the world?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, because you can't, it's not sustainable.
No.
It's not sustainable. You can do that for a little while. You can overgive. Like if you're in a situation temporarily and like you need to overgive for a little while, and you can do that, but you have to make it temporary. You can't, that is not sustainable. Like you have to have an end date, and you have to be able to see your end date. It cannot be like oh, maybe in like 5 years. No. Like you need an end date, and you need to be able to focus on that, because the overgiving and taking on the energy of the world is definitely not sustainable. You just wreck your life. You give to the point of your body giving up physically and emotionally.
Yes, because all of that junk that you hold on to, if you don't know how to process it, it's going to harbor and fester inside of your body, and this is where a lot of disease stems from. But it's also just, you can't, it goes back to that old saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. And you can't really be in true service to other people if you are completely depleted. And so if us empaths are put on this earth we're the part of the collective. Like, we are here to help and save the world. Like, you're never going to be able to convince me that's not the case. And we can't do that. Like, what is good as Superwoman without her cape? Like, what is good as Superman without his cape? Like, we have to be able to fill our own buckets back up and empty them. Like, there's a process that takes place, because once those buckets start overflowing, like, that's the tapping out point, and that's the time when you need to take a step back and say, okay, what is my body, what is my energy asking of me right now? What do I need in this moment to help me be okay? And it really is just takes some time really to learn this part and this process for yourself to get to this point. And there's different exercises and all this kind of other stuff too,
Yeah, that's the other book behind me.
That's the other book,
So
Alicia's book, I Feel Too Much, which is an excellent book, by the way.
we have one book to tell you that you're not alone and to share stories, like
Yes.
beautiful stories from the heart. And then we have another book to tell you how to get your shit together.
Which is where we keep, that's where we keep going with things. But yeah, that's, you know, this is, especially these last couple of years with COVID and just the weight of the world that I think is coming down on a lot of people. And there's a lot of heavier energy. And I think there's a lot of other people that are feeling energy where they never felt it before. This is where the whole premise of the book was outlined, saying, hey, you're not alone, because these numbers that we've all been told for years and years and years are skewed. They are higher. And it's important that the empaths of the world all come together and help one another, and then can go out and help other people. But we have to know how to function as empaths first.
Yes. We need to be empowered.
Yes.
We need to empty our bucket and fill our cup.
Yes. Yes. And that's actually, it's when you're learning how to do that, like I had to teach myself, like I had to learn over years and years and years. I didn't have anybody around to teach me how to do this shit. So like it's, oh, I figured it out. And, you know, I was too sensitive and I was too much and I was, you know, fragile and all of this other stuff. And I was like, let me tell you something. I may break down and cry if I'm mad, if I'm sad, if I'm happy. Like I will seem like I am coming apart at the seams, but I'm not. And that's the important thing that I even had to learn myself, because I had everybody trying to tell me that I was coming apart at the seams and that I was, oh, I'm being crazy and oh, you're acting too emotional and you're oversensitive. No, I'm just being me. And literally crying is a release of emotion. It is a release of energy. And this is another thing that I want to get people to understand is we get so uncomfortable whenever we see somebody else crying. Like it's automatically like this really uncomfortable thing, because we've all been taught, oh, well, we don't cry. We don't do that. We don't do that because we don't want to make someone else uncomfortable.
Yes, we can. We are not responsible for other people's feelings.
Correct. But once people really truly understand that all that is a release of energy, it's just a release of that energy. And once you finally can get that out, like how many times have I had a good cry, or have you had a good cry, and how much better you feel afterwards? Like,
I love crying. We are on the same page. I am all for crying. I want adults to cry. I want kids, like, I don't want them to cry, but like, it's okay to cry.
Yes.
It's okay to cry anytime, almost anywhere, but like, it is okay to cry. Like, let's make crying normal.
Yep.
I have two boys, they're young. And I have been teaching them that it is absolutely okay to cry. It is okay to show your emotions. It's okay to be mad. Like, it's okay to have all of these emotions and big feelings, and absolutely it's okay to cry. I knew I was going to say this to you today. That's funny. So in the shower this morning, I was like, I'm going to talk about crying with Jen. And
it's funny because I actually started the conversation, so we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Telepathy thing there.
We psychics made it happen. So I get really mad when other people tell my kids to stop crying, because I'm like, they're having a moment. They need to get it out. They are learning to express themselves. They are in a safe place. They are in a safe space. Like, this is totally okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no.
Well, and I feel like too, for boys, like growing up, that is something that is like drilled into their brain. Like, this is not okay. Like, it is not okay for you to cry because you're a boy. Well, why the hell not? Like, I have never understood that. Like, they're human too. Like, why the hell not? Like, it's only socially acceptable to cry during certain types of things. And I'm sorry, but I call bullshit on all that. Bullshit. There, I said it. I said it, damn it. Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Oh, yeah, cry. So I guess that's today's lesson is
We started with the energy. Of course, it's all centered around energy, because energy is everything. Energy is all around us, and
crying is an energetic release.
it's an energetic release. Just
Sure.
like screaming, just like running out into the woods and,
Yeah.
naked screaming. Like, sure, why not?
Have you ever gotten into your car, closed the doors, turned the music up, and just started yelling?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Particular like F words and yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I sure have.
Yeah.
I have done it. Yes. Sometimes a lot of therapy can come out of just screaming at the top of your lungs. Like, it's very
and it's just the
therapeutic.
same as crying. So
Yes.
just let it out. Just let it out.
However, but it's releasing it in healthy ways.
Yes.
And that's where
In a safe space.
in a safe space, in
Yeah.
healthy manners. Like I said, so you don't want to take it out on someone else.
No.
We don't want to take it out on ourselves.
No.
In an unhealthy way. We want to be able to have a good energetic release. And something that's also good for that is Reiki, which is what we do. And I know my own Reiki sessions, I do tend to cry during my Reiki sessions. That's just me with the energy that comes out that releases. And I've my clients, like there's probably, I don't know, most people fall asleep, which is actually what I want them to do. But I mean, there's so many different things that take place in Reiki sessions. Like there's just nothing that I don't think I haven't seen before stem from somebody, but like it's all just energetic release stuff that happens, and that stuff has to come out because it's just going to sit there and it's going to fester.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a lot of problems when it does.
Yeah. Anxiety, depression, chronic fatigue, overwhelm, exhaustion, yada, 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 yada.
The list goes on and on and on.
Oh my gosh.
The list goes on.
So I think we're going to have to start wrapping up, Jen. Is there something, like one piece of advice or something that you want our audience to know? What do you want to share with our audience?
So, besides the whole, like, you're not alone thing, because I think that is a huge thing right now, is that there's a lot of people out there. If you think at all that this sounds like you, or that this may be you, or, hey, I don't have all of the qualities, but I have some, and if you're questioning if you're an empath or not, please get in touch with Alicia, get in touch with myself. We've got our own Facebook groups, like they're there to help. Like we've got things, there are other people out there, other empaths that can help you on your journey, because it's super duper important that you know that you're not alone, and that you shouldn't have to travel this journey by yourself, because it does get very heavy at times. It gets very lonely. You feel lost. It's kind of scary at some points too. And until you really, there's a lot of things to learn that can help you be a badass empath. And not, because it feels like you're very cursed initially. And that's where a lot of people, and it's totally not. Like, this is an absolute blessing. This is a gift. And so if it feels like a curse to you, please reach out. Please reach out, because we can change that. Let's reframe that. Let's change all of your thinking and all of your feels and how to handle all of this. Like, let's shift it. Let's do it. Let's get you living your best life, your soul on fire. Yes. I love it.
So Jen, where can everybody find you?
So you can find me at jenschmidtcoaching.com. I've got some things in the works that it's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm super excited about it. So keep following. I'm actually, part of my website's under construction with that, as you'll see if you get on there. But yeah, I am super excited. So here in the next couple of weeks, I'll be launching all of that good stuff. Yeah, and that's where you can find me. Or you can also find my own Facebook group, which is Sensitive as Fuck. I guess I can say that on here. But yes, find my own Facebook group, Sensitive as Fuck, or just look me up, Jen Schmidt on Facebook, and then we can kind of go from there. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Jen. This was a fabulous conversation.
Thank you.
I absolutely love talking to you. It's you.
Right back at you.
Your title of your article is energetic strength, and you have that extrovert energy that I really enjoy. So
Yes.
thanks.
Well,
We'll say goodbye to everybody here.
bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for watching.